Today we are in Wall Street and I don't have my wide lens camera with me because I guess I wasn't intending on recording. So I'm a little more in your face and I hope you don't mind. I'm in the old Duane Reade that I used to be, that I used to work close by on Wall Street. Well, Pine, but it's actually wraps around the block. So it's on Pine and it's on Wall Street as well. Anyhow, I used to work down here on Wall Street and I love this Duane Reade so much. I got all of my goodies from here, my beauty products, which is very minimal, but you know. The girls that worked here back then were so cool. They gave me like tons of samples that were like almost full-size samples, like of Dr. Hauschka and things like that. So this is my favorite Duane Reade. It's so gigantic and everyone in here is so friendly still. It's been about 2 or 3 years since I worked down here, and so the staff back then was dope. Like everybody in the entire store was dope. That staff is no longer here, but the new staff seems just as dope. Anyhow, oh, Black Radiance. Okay, this is a dope brand. These lipsticks look great on my lips. They are very thick, and so I'm not, well, lip glosses rather. They're thick and I'm not used to having thick gooey stuff on my lips, but the color is beautiful. Maybe my application was too intense. Maybe I had to go thin with it. Milani has my favorite lipsticks. The matte collection, matte beauty collection is so gorgeous. Anyhow, let me get out of here and leave this young lady to shop. I can tell she's probably like, get that shit out my face. Anyhow, oh, from Maybelline. Wait, is it Maybelline? No, it is. Wait, yes it is. This one here, Super Stay Matte. This thing is lethal. It does not come off your lips. I had it, I tried it on, and I had to like scrub and it was hurting and it wouldn't come out still. That was with soap and water and things of that nature. But interesting enough, when I ate chicken, like greasy chicken, it came right off. What else? Oh, L'Oreal does my eyebrows. I don't have any makeup on right now, but L'Oreal does the eyebrow, precise eyebrow. Where is it? So I can just show it to you quickly. These here, the brow stylist definer. That's my favorite, I would say. It's in my favorite, oh, I thought it dropped, brunette. I use brunette because you see how dark my eyebrows are naturally. What else do I like? My old-time favorite foundation that used to be my favorite foundation because it looked just like my complexion. It really looked just like my skin. True Match. I can't find it. My eyes are scanning the joint, but I can't find it. True Match in W6 was my color. Rimmel does really beautiful lip liners and lipsticks, but I feel like their lipsticks has always just rubbed off on me right away. But their lip liners are gorgeous. Their eyeliners are gorgeous. Milani has great eyeliners as well. What else can I share with you all? My little drugstore favorites. I like the cheap nail polishes, like the NK in them, but I also like Revlon a lot. I think that's it for us in here. There's no one to speak to because none of the girls remain here. Anyhow, yeah, so that's it for here. Don't sleep on Wet n Wild. And if you're on YouTube, you most likely know a little bit of something about makeup. This brand was my jam, but not really just the brand entirely. This lipstick down here, where is it? Okay, you see all these? These are great. So this regular line is called Mega Last. Really good colors. Sometimes I feel like other higher end stuff bites off of them. Like their colors they come out later with like the same name and the same shade, and it looks like they're kind of biting. Anyhow, these are in here in Duane Reade. They're $2.99. You can probably find them cheaper online or something. Anyhow, the color that I used to love was Fire Engine Red, and I told everyone about it at the time. Like these things down here, There doesn't seem to be any fire engine red left, but cherry pickin', fire engine red, and sandstorm. They were like, all of the colors are dope, but those three were my favorites. Sandstorm, of course, is like a nude, and you all know that with this olive skin, it's just not easy to find a nude. But that one with the right lip liner, perfect nude. Yeah, so if you want to start, like, you know, playing around with makeup, if you don't normally wear makeup, you have to try the Wet n Wild lipsticks. They are bright, they're beautiful, and they're very inexpensive. This is pretty new to Duane Reade. Rite Aid has it already, and I think CVS as well, but NYX is definitely new to Duane Reade. It's another great budget brand. You most likely know that by now. The lip liners are great. The lipsticks, I don't know about the lipsticks. I never tried anything like, I never tried the brand entirely, but I know that it's of quality. I know the lip liners are dope. I know the eyeliners are dope. You all know that the NYX Jumbo line is my favorite. I like right here, pure gold, dope on the waterline, gives you such a beautiful natural sparkle. Gold is what I use in the summer when I'm tanned. In the fall when I'm much more lighter, like a olive complexion, I use sparkle nude instead of pure gold. And the other colors I'm sure are dope, though I never tried them. I really want to try this one right here, the burgundy one. It's called Rust. I think that Rust is a dope color on everyone, but I think that it looks good on olive girls too. And I'm sure everything else is dope. Everybody raves about NYX. I've never really tried like the lipsticks or anything like that because I have my lipstick favorites. And when I find a favorite, I don't mess around. Anyhow, so skincare. I am a cheerleader of Cetaphil and, you know, CeraVe. I have CeraVe at home. I use it. These are like dermatologist friendly, recommended and all that. So I use CeraVe. I've used Cetaphil in the past. I've used this in the past and I used to love it. Hydro Boost Neutrogena. That was pretty, like, it felt like you were splashing water on your face. It was really good back then. You know how they be changing formulas and stuff, so I can't vouch for it still. What else did I like from here? Vaseline is everything to me. Okay, now the actual Vaseline, like that, is my secret weapon for beautiful skin. I love it. I think if you put Vaseline on your face in a thin layer overnight, you will not regret it. And if you do it every single night, you definitely won't regret it. Let's walk back over here and see what we see. Aveeno is a good brand. I don't really use it like that, but I know it's a good brand. I don't know this brand that well. And the only thing that I know about Burt's Bees is that their chapstick is horrible. Neutrogena I think is this is Clean and Clear. I don't know about that brand. Except what I know from high school, you know, back then. Yeah, so we're back in the makeup session, so we're just gonna get out of here now. Here we have my favorite underwear, Hanes. High cut. I also like the shorts. I think they're called briefs. I'm not sure. Those are my favorite ones. But I love these. So it's a funny joke in my family. A long time ago, my nephew bought me a packet of white, like a pack of 7 white briefs, and it was hilarious. We all laughed, but it's what was on my Christmas list. I keep it mad practical. Like, get me what I need and what I want, but sometimes they're both the same thing. Anyhow, so of course the shorts, they have this dope men's section here. You know, they have a lot for men, like just a lot. You know, hair, face, personal care, all of that. I don't visit that section often, so in Wall Street, the worst thing about working in Wall Street is the tourists, which is every single body you see here. You know, of course, tourists, they want to visit the hotspots. It's normal, it's what is expected, but it interferes with everybody's lunch break. When you have a lunch break, you're like dodging tourists. It's really intense. You get an hour, 45 minutes, whatever you get, and you have to calculate the tourist interaction and how they're, you know, enjoying their time, stopping randomly, taking photos and videos, and so you have to just calculate all that stuff. That behind me is Trinity Church. That church there, that's Trinity. They have a memorial there as well. The best part about working in Wall Street was the tree, the Christmas tree that they put out here every December. So beautiful, so big, and they had everything. They had like the Hanukkah setting. They had everything for Christmas. They, you know, they appreciate the cultures through their accessories, I guess. But yeah, so it's not terrible, but it's just like right before we came to Wall Street, we were in Park near Herald Square, and another tourist spot, and trying to go there was just tough. Like trying to move around the tourists is really tough. Do you hear the bell? The bell from Trinity Church rings on the hour. I'm going to try and take you around there if it's not overly crowded. Behind me is Equinox. I used to work out there for a really long time. Like I was very into the gym back in the day. I would go from work to gym, from work to gym. It was right next door to each other, and and it was $150 a month to work in that, to work out there. And I will not do that ever again in my life, but that's what I did back then. So Trinity Church is closed. I didn't realize that. When I worked around here, I went into Trinity to pray when I was feeling really, really down. There are plenty of dark, tiny little streets, sort of like alleyways in Wall Street also, so be careful when down here. That was my first time walking through the cemetery in Trinity Church. I have said many prayers at that church, but I've never walked through the cemetery. It was quite moving, you know, looking at the soldiers' plaques and tombstones, and Alexander Hamilton as well. It was something to behold. It's like that though, you know, you spend years and years with something at your fingertips and you don't appreciate it, I guess. You don't realize what it is until you move until you move far, far away, or you lose it. In Central Park, I tried to find a quiet place. because I'm in Midtown. So I came to the dentist, and he's closer to Lex, to the east side, and so it's really, really loud over there. So I walked all the way to Central Park to get a quiet spot, and now we have tourists taking photos, which is okay. It's their right. Anyhow, so I'm really anxious today. Now, this always happens right before my moon cycle. I get anxious health-wise. Like, every little ache and pain makes me really, really nervous. So that's what I'm experiencing now. I understand my body now, so I started to keep a calendar of when I get really anxious, like OD anxious, where I'm like a hypochondriac, where I worry about everything. And it always happens right before my period. So when you mark things down like that, and when you track these emotions, it gives you power. It gives you a whole lot of power, so that you don't really OD worry. Like before, I would make a million doctor's appointments, and I'll rush to the doctor, and they would tell me, like, you're stressed. This is not what you think it is. You're just stressed. You're really sensitive. You can feel everything in your body, but it's not something to OD worry about. And it reminds me of that scene in My Girl, when she like used to run to the doctor when she was hurt over her friend passing. She said she felt like she was dying or something like that. Anyhow, yeah, so this is something that I'm so thankful to be aware of, because now I have control over it. I know a lot of people on their cycle, they have so much emotions, and it's sad when you first get it, because you have no clue what's happening to you, and you think that those feelings are real. And they're real and they're valid for the most part, but they're triggered by your cycle, and so knowing that gives you a lot of power. Anyhow, so I was having anxiety because I have a TMD. So my dentist told me a few years ago that in the future I could experience intense headaches, and that hasn't happened, thankfully. What did happen yesterday was, while I was eating, I overchewed, and my muscles in my face got really, really tight. It was the first time that has ever happened to me. Now, I overchew because of another anxiety that I have, which is the fear of choking, so I OD chew. I think they talked about it on here. A while back, I got hit with this strange little panic attack about like eating, and I was afraid to eat. I lost like mad weight. Anyhow, I've been working on that ever since, but it doesn't really go away like you would like it to. Like, I never had a clean slate after that. I'm still kind of afraid of choking, and so people are taking photos, and that's why you're seeing the flashes on me. And so that's why I still OD chew. Yesterday was like a first real meal that I had, and I was just going in, and and so I hurt myself here, and it worried me, and so I made an appointment with my dentist right away, and he told me that what I'm doing is fine, my exercises is fine, everything is going to be fine, but he also wants me to get a bridge. So the trauma that I've had with my teeth in the past, like, my teeth are really straight, as you can probably tell, in the front. Like all my front teeth are fine, but my molars in the back have suffered. I've had horrible dentists in the past, so my dentist now is an angel. Like, thank God for him. But it was years before I saw him, because I have a serious fear. I've had a serious fear of the dentist. So I finally saw him, and of course he helped me in many ways and told me that my teeth are pretty okay. The molars in the back, though, the teeth in the front are really straight, but the molars in the back, they're moving. They're twisted, because I have two molars missing, one on each side, and behind the molars behind that, they're kind of moving because there's nothing in front of them, I guess. And so my gum is receding, and there's sensitivity. So he wants to help me by putting in a bridge. And to put in a bridge, I have to shave my good teeth. Like, I have to shave two good teeth here, the molars, and then he'll make the bridge. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to shave my good teeth. I love my good teeth. You know, when I first lost my molars years ago in my teenage years, when they pulled them out, well, one was pulled out when I was a kid, the other one was pulled out when I was a teenager. But the one that was pulled out when I was a teenager, they warned me, they told me that I had to fill in that gap. Like, in the gum space, I had to put a fake tooth there, because they said that my front teeth will move and get, you know, I would develop a lot of gaps and get a lot of crookedness going on there. But it never happened. My teeth are like glued together. They're really, really straight. So yeah, so I just was worried about that. The bridge is going to cost me like 3 G's. That's fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I trust him. But like I said, what brought me to the dentist today is my anxiety. But I also needed the cleaning, so it worked out. We're going to go downtown to see my friend. So I guess my advice for anyone out there who is suffering from anxiety during your time of the month, Just understand that you're triggered by your emotional imbalance, and breathe in and breathe out into the world, and understand that the worries are just going to make you worse. If it's something serious, do what you can, contact your doctors. If it's something that you can just breathe through and relax, then relax into it. So I want some really nice loafers. I had a pair from Eastland that were really nice, but I don't know, they are size 6, and I feel like my foot hasn't grown, but I need more space than, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe my foot has grown, but the toe area is now something that I can't have too narrow, because I have something like a pinched nerve, and so I have to have a wide toe box. So I want to look for some really dope platform loafers. I think I'm going to go to Doc Martin. I went to Clark's already and they didn't have anything. I just want to go to a trusted brand. I'm trying to decide between these. These are really nice, but I feel like they're a little more conspicuous than I would like. So I think that the yellow stitching is very important, because I love that that marker of Doc Martin shoes. And these are the ones that I'm pretty sure I'm getting if they're comfortable and everything goes well, because they have this dope platform and they're very, very basic, and they have the stitching. So I'm home. The ceiling in my living room that you see leaking right there. Do you see over there and past there, that long line? All the bruises, like that long line along there, the one right here, and that one right there. That is from the history of my neighbors being mad irresponsible and letting their things overflow on me. Back in the day, it was my upstairs neighbor. She moved. She was really dope. We were like homies, but she constantly rained down on me. She constantly did something that poured down on me, like just mad water. And eventually I gave her a bill and it stopped. So we were cool and all that, and I was mad forgiving time after time, but eventually it had to come to an end. So I knew that money would solve this problem. I knew that her loss of money would solve this problem. Today's issue is from the one that's actually 2 flights up. So the guy above me has it really bad. Like it's like a downpour in his house. And it used to be like that here, like a faucet in my ceiling. So I go upstairs to see if it's him pouring down on me, because I have a leak. It's not him. It's pouring down in his apartment. So I go above him. And it's her. And she's like, I'm so sorry. My son fell asleep in a bathtub. Do I believe that? No. Does it matter? No. The point is, she's mad irresponsible. She's done this in the past. Like, one time she did it bright and early in the morning, and she said that she left her bathtub running and she forgot. And that is why I don't believe her now, because I think that's what happened again. That's when she was honest. Now I'm pretty sure she's not honest. Anyhow, like I said, it doesn't even matter. I have to give her a bill. Tomorrow morning, it's 10 o'clock at night, so it's 10 o'clock at night, so I'm not going to make a fuss. But I was already up there. I was already angry. I said, how? Like, I just kept saying, how? Like, I was that frustrated. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to give her a bill. And hopefully this never happens again. They have traumatized me so much. I mean, this used to happen, like, randomly through the night. And it traumatized me. I would hear all this water coming down in my living room. I'll get up and move my furniture out the way. Waste Matt's house cleaning it up. This is bath water. I don't want to keep the towel after that. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. The vlog today was very random. I didn't have my wide lens. I had anxiety, and the more anxiety that I felt, the more I wanted to record. And so I didn't let anything stop me. Sometimes things have to be perfect for me. That was a really old bad habit. I needed my wide lens, for example. Like, I have to have everything, and everything has to be perfect. But now I would get on camera, mad busted, not caring. No wide lens if I don't have one. Anyhow, perfection is just, it slows everybody down. Do your thing when you want to do it. Thank you for hanging with me today. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.
This is the Department of Labor returning your call. You had an interview today. You had an 11 o'clock appointment. Give us a call back.